For serious college football fans that root for other fan bases, we've got all sorts of fan bases represented in here that may know, okay, Ellinger, has moved on. Bijan Robinson he's on the cusp of becoming a star. Maybe some other guys that might be a little bit under the radar that could really break out this year, Nick.
Yeah, all right. Some guys that I think should actually get some love here. It's going to be Troy Amiri. Troy Amiri could have obviously been the best wide receiver on this team last year if he wouldn't have got hurt. He was a true freshman last year. This kid's huge, man. He's like 6'3", 230 pounds. Very physical wide receiver, but he's one of those guys that can stretch the field. He has some wiggle in him too, man. He's going to be a good one here. Hopefully this year. How about you, Steve?
I am becoming a big fan of Alfred Collins. In the same way Joseph Asai impressed me in the 2018 Sugar Bowl against Georgia, Alfred Collins felt like he had that breakout game against Colorado. He had the interception, really good at stuffing the run defense there. So I think he's going to be a big piece. And this defensive line has a lot of size on it with Keiondre Coburn. And even in the second, the backups of the defensive line, there's just so much size that Texas has there. So I think that Alfred Collins can be a really key cog in the middle, maybe reminiscent of what we saw in recent years with Poona Ford.
Yeah, definitely. You know what though, Steve? I actually like Alfred Collins playing the end position, and him, like playing end and then having, Sweat and actually Coburn in the middle. And you got those two big guys, 330 and what's Sweat, like 340 pounds, just clogging up. I mean, just clogging up the holes, man. And then just having, like Collins, just be that guy that's like off the edge. So it's going to be very interesting, man. Very interesting.
Another name I'm thinking of is Moro Jomo, who's a really interesting person to me because he came into the program at age 17 from Nigeria, and he never really played until last year. And they put him in some of those later games. I think it was Iowa State, maybe later in the year against Kansas State. He had a couple sacks, and he looked good in some of his reps. So he's another name I'm thinking with Joseph Asai gone from that jack position. Is it him or Jacoby Jones that really steps up there and takes that pass rushing role for Texas?
Definitely. And also look at the cornerbacks too. There's going to be some good cornerback battles there. So Texas just got Dunn, so Dunn actually came in, I think from, where's it, Steve? That was McNeese State, right?
School.
Yeah. So he was a good player, man, 6'1", about 100. And I think like 6'1", maybe like 100, I think in like 85 pounds or so like that, but a good physical cornerback, man. And he's one of those guys that Terry Joseph loves because Terry Joseph likes those physical backs that are going to come up to the line of scrimmage, hit you. They're going to get a bunch of tackles for loss. They're going to get a bunch of sacks also for guys that are actually safeties and cornerbacks. So it's going to be interesting to see Dunn actually, hopefully go for that starting role also.